Hello, it's Reverend Kimberley Harrell from First Unity Spiritual Campus. Welcome. I'm right here with you, right here in my office. Yay. So, welcome to my office. So, I'm here tonight to do a class that we had on the schedule, a Chakras for Beginners series that is a different class every single month. And it's a different focus each month. So this month, for April, we're doing chakras and food. So feed your chakra. So the relationship between our chakras, our physical body, the organs that are influenced by the different chakras, and then what foods we might choose to eat to balance and bring into great good health our chakra system. So hello, I'm going to wait here for just a little bit. We're going to spend a little time together for some viewers to come on, and know that if you're not watching right as the class is going, you can view it anytime. I think that we had some 50-some people sign up for the class via live stream, so that's exciting. So I'm anxious to see everybody. So it's chakras and food is the class, and we're going to be here from 7 to 9 doing this class, and it's going to be so much fun. And then when you come back, when you're able to come back to an in-person class, I'll have any handouts that we have for the class ready for you. You can enjoy it. So tonight we're doing chakras. So as I've taught in every class about chakras, our chakra system is our energy system. And we have hundreds of chakras throughout our body, but a lot of people recognize the major chakras, the 7 major chakras in our physical body. Although we have hundreds. You know, if you've ever been to an acupuncturist and seen the drawing or the poster that shows the meridian system throughout our body and the acupuncture points, and you see there are a whole bunch of them. You know, they're everywhere, all down our arms, down our legs, throughout our body. We have all these energy points and energy systems, but we have 7 major chakras. So the major chakras are where our energy is flowing. So somebody just joined us from Mexico. So hello Delia, thank you. So as we're going through this class, I'm going to do just like in a real class, and I'm going to interact with everybody because I love that energy. So let me know where you're at, and if you have any questions, you know, I might not see it right when you post it, but I will try to make sure that I'm keeping up with that and see it and answer any questions that you have. So as we're talking about our chakra system, our energy body, and people say, well, Reverend Kimberley, what is our energy body? Well, I say our energy body stretches out for about as far as we can reach. So if you hold both of your arms out as far as you can reach, that far and a little bit more, you know, you all might be very interested to know that this amount of space that they're telling us to maintain during social distancing, that's pretty much your energy body. You're 6 feet. 6 feet all around you, above you, and below you. That is your energy body. So when we think of that and we come into contact with people, we don't necessarily have to physically brush up against them with our shoulders or our arms, or even come within arm's length, but that is our energy body. So if somebody's getting that close to you, say that's 6 foot of social distancing, your energy field and their energy field are coming together. You're exchanging some energy. And that's why I tell people sometimes you might be in a perfectly great mood, you're feeling all wonderful, and then you walk into the grocery store and somebody else in the produce section that you encounter, they might just be having, you know, one of the worst days of their life. They might have, you know, be going through a divorce, or they might be having a really financially challenging time right now. But something might be happening in their life that is causing them to feel a little fearful, a little anxious, and maybe even angry. And their energy can interact with your energy so that by the time you're checking out, you're just feeling all aggravated. So that's our energy body, all that energy. So we work with our chakra system to make sure our energy body is healthy, because for our physical body to be healthy and for our mental body to be happy, we must allow the energy to flow. The energy has to be allowed to flow, and it can flow when we are calm and relaxed. That's when it flows best, and that's when we heal best. That's why Western medicine doctors always tell you, when you're not feeling well, to go home, drink plenty of fluids, and get plenty of rest, because that restful time is when your body can heal. So tonight we are specifically going to talk about that chakra system. And I'm so excited to see all of you. Thank you so much for joining. And, you know, it's been amazing, this experience that we're having in this sacred time out, as Reverend Dr. Temple says. We have expanded our live stream reach. And we just noticed today that we had over a dozen people, almost 24 people, watching us from South Africa on Sunday, and watching us from Australia, and hundreds of people watching us from Canada. And that's just awesome. And we have had over 10,000 views on our Sunday service. So let's see if we can't get this chakra class up there to that many views. Wow, wouldn't that be amazing? So after the class, everybody share it, or go ahead and do a watch party with the people that you are, that are in your life, that you want to have them feeling happy and healthy too. So tonight we're talking about chakras and food. You say, well, Reverend Kimberly, what's food really got to do with our chakras? Well, each of our chakras relate to an actual physical part of our body. And as you're going to know, just like when I talked about chakras and crystals and chakras and colors, that we are going to find that they aren't all alone, separate and alone. They all interact with each other. So you may find that what is happening with your root chakra is also happening with your sacral chakra, and what's happening with the sacral is also the solar plexus, and maybe the heart and the throat are interacting on each other as well. So you're going to find that tonight. So don't think I'm crazy when I tell you that maybe your sacral chakra and your solar plexus might have a little bit of overlap in the parts of the physical body that they influence. So that's what we're going to start out with. We're going to start out with the root chakra and go all the way up to the crown. But if you imagine, just like when I did the class on the first class on chakras for beginners and basic information, we talked about the colors of the chakras. And just like with crystals, the colors of the crystals, you see my rose quartz back there, my amethyst right up there. And I have some other crystals, but they're the bigger ones, so you can see them a little better. But as with crystals, you're going to learn that it's the color. The color matters. So the foods that you eat and the food color. So if you think about, let's lay out, I told you in January when we talked about this class, and I said when we get to the food, I'm going to have a big smorgasbord of food laid out. Well, I intended to, but here we are online, and that really didn't work. So just imagine with your third eye and visualize that we have this smorgasbord of food laid out, and we're going to have the whole rainbow of colors of food. So just imagine that as we're going through and talking about that, the colors of food, and start out with some red food and some orange food and some yellow food and some green food and some blue food and some purple food and some white food. So just imagine that. Get that in your mind's eye, and it might help a little bit to relate to the foods that we're talking about in relation to your chakras. So we're going to start out with the root chakra. So what is our root chakra? It's right down there in our pelvic region. And our root chakra, it is our safety and security. It's our root, our rooted, grounded energy, grounded to Mother Earth and grounded to our ancestors. That's what our root chakra is all about. It's our connection to the earth and everything around us. Because as I taught, when I talked to you all about meditation, and we do a visualization where we put down our energetic roots down into Mother Earth, and then those roots intertwine with everyone else and they are connected. Well, it's that connection. That's what our root chakra is all about, that connection. So when our root chakra is balanced, we are totally in balance. We're totally grounded and centered. And so you say, what part of the physical body, Reverend Kimberly, is our root chakra connected to? Well, it's connected to our spine, because that's our base of our spine right down there. It's our reproductive organs right there in our pelvic region. It's our kidneys and our bladder. But then when we talk about the sacral chakra, you're going to see some overlap, as I said. So let's think about foods that might balance. So if you're feeling a little out of balance in your root chakra, you might be feeling not very grounded or not very centered. You might be all over the place, all over the map, and you might be living in fear. You might be living in anger, because that's what our root chakra is all about, that basic security, our instincts, our survival, fitness, for survival, and those base needs of being safe and secure. And when we aren't, we can get in that fight or flight mode, and we get into fear, and we easily get into anger. So when we find ourselves being fearful and being angry all the time, about things that we don't even understand, maybe why are we so angry about something? We don't necessarily understand why, sometimes because it's coming from an imbalance in our root chakra. So we can, we've talked about crystals. We've talked about the red crystals, the red jasper, and corals, and all of those kind of crystals to help us balance out our root chakra. But tonight we're primarily talking about food. So let's think of the red foods in our life. We have beets, we have tomatoes, we have red apples, we have pomegranates, we have strawberries, raspberries. Great. Doesn't that sound awesome? I'm getting hungry now. So when we start talking about that, and then we also talk about the root vegetables, because rooted, that's what our root chakra is all about, being grounded and being rooted. Those root vegetables grow right inside Mother Earth. So bringing in the potatoes and the carrots and the turnips, beets, garlic, rutabagas, parsnips. A lot of people probably don't even know what those are, don't eat a lot of those. My daddy, we grew up on a farm, and my daddy was loved turnips. Loved them raw, loved them cooked, loved turnips any way you could get them. And sometimes he said when he was young that his other siblings and cousins would tease him about, well, Vanoy, you just fell off a turnip truck, because he loved turnips so much. But turnips are great food for your root chakra. So any of those, they're high in vitamin C, high in antioxidants, high in beta carotene. And their healthiest root vegetables that you're going to find are your sweet potatoes, your carrots, your turnips, your beets. Beets are so wonderful for us, because not only are they great for our root chakra, they are great for our cardiovascular system. Beets and garlic. Garlic, the old thing, if you're very much into sci-fi, or read a lot of vampire books or vampire movies back in the day, garlic would keep away vampires. And garlic is so good for our blood, but garlic is also good for our root chakra. Ginger, ginger's one of those things that you really either love it or you don't like it at all. That's what I find with ginger most of the time. So if you love a good ginger ale, or a real strong, bold ginger ale, that ginger, and it kind of almost burns, it kind of is hot in your mouth. I have a little niece that used to say, when she'd drink a ginger ale, she'd say, that's hot and dirty in my mouth. So ginger is one of those things you either love or you hate, but ginger is so great to grate some ginger and put it in your smoothies in the morning. So make a beet and ginger smoothie in the morning, and that's going to help help you with any imbalances you have in your root chakra, because those are great foods for your root chakra. Also, high protein foods like eggs and beans and red meat, for those of you that are carnivores. I know we have a lot of vegans and vegetarians, but we also, honor the carnivores too. So lean meats, not fatty meats, but lean meats. Spices like paprika and horseradish and cayenne, those hot ones, that's all for the root chakra. So those will help balance out if you have an imbalance in your root chakra. And how do you know? Well, I have an imbalance in my root chakra. Well, if you start having these feelings that you're not grounded, you feel like you're flighty and you're everywhere, you're a little bit everywhere, you're a little heady, you're not very grounded at all. That's a sign. What's those signs? That's a sign that you're maybe a little imbalanced in your root chakra. Maybe you need to take off your shoes, take your bare feet, go for a walk outside in the grass, or go for a walk at the beach in the sand and get yourself grounded. Get yourself grounded. And then for your root chakra, for the foods, go with the color. Just like I said in the crystal class for our chakras, go with the color. Red. We want raspberries, we want strawberries, we want red apples, we want beets, we want red bell peppers, we want sweet potatoes, we want carrots, we want parsnips, we want turnips and rutabagas, onions, anything that grows in the ground, the root vegetables, and also anything red. That's what's going to work with imbalances in your root chakra. And again, we said the root chakra controls our basic needs for safety and security. And when we are feeling insecure with that, when we are not feeling safe, we get fearful and we get angry sometimes, and that's when we are imbalanced in our root chakra. So pull for those red things. Make you a strawberry beet ginger smoothie in the morning and drink it and get your root chakra all balanced out. Oh yeah. So hi Ryan. So hello Rebecca. So awesome, everybody's joining us. And like I said, we've been having people from all over the world, from Australia, South Africa, Canada, everywhere. We have some ladies from Canada on with us right now. So just everybody enjoy. So next we're going to talk about our sacral chakra. So if you were to put your hand right there, put your right hand, take your right hand and put it right on your tummy. Put your thumb right in your navel. So then right there where your pinky finger is, right in that area, that's where your sacral chakra is. So take your right hand, thumb on the navel, pinky, that's where your sacral chakra is, right in there, just above your pelvic region, just above your root chakra. So that's your sacral chakra. That's our second chakra. It's orange. Orange is the color of our sacral chakra. So we're going to go up the colors of the rainbow. We had red, now we have orange. If you're an electrician, you know Roy G. Biv, and you can remember your colors that way. So orange is next after the red. We have orange. What is your sacral chakra all about? Your sacral chakra is all about passion and your pleasure center. It's governs your emotion, your senses of intimacy, also your creativity, and your connection. So, sometimes we get that divine spark of inspiration that comes right from your sacral chakra. That divine spark of inspiration. If you're a business owner or an entrepreneur, you all know exactly what I'm talking about. That divine spark of inspiration that says, oh yeah, that's a great idea, I'm going to make a business all around that. And when it's something you're passionate about, you've got the world conquered, and you're going to be successful beyond measure, because if you can do every day in your life what makes you happy and passionate, then you will be a true success no matter what. Nobody can stop you now, because the world, the universe, God is going to conspire to bring you all of that. Yes. So a balanced sacral chakra allows us to express ourselves creatively. It allows us to form deep, intimate relationships with the one that we love, and it helps us to pursue our passions, whether that's in business or whether you're a singer and you love to sing, just like Rebecca with the K right here, and she is such an amazing singer, and April Sky, those women, they live their passion through their music, and that's all about the sacral chakra, is getting that orange energy going and that vitality and that sacred sacral chakra energy going all around us. So like we were talking about color, orange is the color for the sacral chakra. So what might it mean if you have an imbalance in your sacral chakra? Because we just talked about what happens in your life when you have a clear and balanced sacral chakra. Well, when you have an imbalanced sacral chakra, you might have low self-esteem. You might be lacking confidence to go out and live that passion, to go out and follow that divine inspiration you have. You might have your creativity feeling stifled, that you're just not feeling very creative. You might have a lack of drive. You might be feeling a little tired and run down. And we don't want that. No. So what are we going to do to bring that back into balance so that we are living our vitality? We're going to eat those orange foods. So now I talked a little bit to start with about overlap. So don't say, now Reverend Kimberly, you said carrots were for the root chakra. Carrots are also for the sacral chakra because they're orange carrots. Oranges, mangoes, sweet potatoes, orange bell peppers, peaches, apricots, salmon, the omega-3 fatty acid fishes like salmon, swordfish, those are great for tuna. Those are great for your sacral chakra. Flaxseed, almonds, walnuts, sesame. Whew. See, I'm making myself hungry all over again. So those are great for not only your sacral chakra, but also your cardiovascular health. And also, with the spices, cinnamon is a great one for the sacral chakra. Coconut is also great, although we're going to talk about coconut a couple times. We talked about it in root, we're talking about it in the sacral. But also, the sacral chakra's element is water. So stay hydrated. Drink plenty of fluids, stay hydrated. That's where coconuts come in with the sacral chakra. The coconut water. Drink that coconut water. It's great, and it tastes great, and it gives you so many wonderful things, and it'll keep you hydrated very well. So drink plenty of water, coconut water, herbal teas, green tea. Great for the sacral chakra. So those are all wonderful things for your sacral chakra. So now we're going to move on up the energy body. So we talked about the root. We talked about the sacral. Now we're going to talk about the solar plexus. So now take your left hand, put it on your tummy, and put your pinky right over your navel. And right there where your thumb is, right there, that's your solar plexus. Yeah. So with our sacral chakra, we put our right hand with our thumb on our navel, and where our pinky was our sacral chakra. Now we're going to take our left hand, put it on our tummy, pinky over the navel, and right where your thumb is, that's your solar plexus. Right underneath your heart, between your heart and your belly button. That is your solar plexus chakra, the third chakra. And what color is it? We're going up the rainbow, so it's yellow, bright, sunshiny yellow. Our solar plexus is related to our willpower. It is our goals and our general response to things. So what we want to always make sure we're doing to keep our solar plexus balanced is when a challenge presents itself in our life, we want to be mindful, take a breath, and remember, take a breath and pause and allow ourselves to respond rather than react. Because our response center, that's all from our solar plexus. So when we have a balanced solar plexus, we can do that. We can take that deep breath in, take a moment, breathe it in, and know that we can respond rather than react. And it's a place where we can find self-control. When we can do that, we can then and know that we can respond instead of reacting. We are in self-control, and we can find confidence and inner peace in that. So I'm trying to keep up. Tell me where you are from, and tell me if you have any questions. So physically, our physical body, our solar plexus works with our spleen, our stomach, our liver, and our pancreas. So that's what the yellows, the solar plexus is working with. Our liver, our spleen, our stomach, and our pancreas. So an imbalance in our solar plexus chakra will have us feeling like we have a lack of purpose. We don't have a purpose in our life. We're floundering out there. We may have a lot of stomach issues, pain in our stomach aches. We may even have ulcers and just chronic indigestion. And we may feel a bit of insecurity. I know we talked about security in the root chakra, but just like everything, that energy in our energy system, in our chakra system, all works together and overlaps each other. So we also feel that when our solar plexus is imbalanced, we'll feel some insecurities. So you say, well, what are we going to do about that? So what kind of food might think, remember I told you, imagine that smorgasbord laid out in front of you with foods representing the rainbow from red all the way to white. And now we're in that yellow section. So just start thinking of what foods are in that yellow section of the board. Probably bananas, pineapple, corn, lemons, curry as a spice, yellow curry. And yellow is a natural mood enhancer, not just in food, but in color in general. So if you're feeling a little down and out, visualize the sun on a bright sunshiny day and that beautiful yellow, golden yellow color, or visualize a sunflower. The saying, she had a sunny disposition, means she's probably happy all the time, and that's yellow. A sunny disposition is a yellow aura or a yellow color. So yellow is naturally a mood lifter. It'll lift you up out of the doldrums if you're feeling a little down. So I also tell people, when you're working with your chakras and with your energy, let your clothing colors correspond to what you want to accomplish. So when you're feeling a little down sometimes, maybe put on a yellow dress, put on a yellow top, put on a yellow bathing suit and go to the beach and soak up some of that vitamin D and get out there in the sunshine safely and get some of that yellow energy going in life. So when we're talking about foods that we can bring into our life to help us balance out that solar plexus chakra, and again, remember we talked about self-control and willpower and confidence. That's our solar plexus. So if you're feeling a little low on that, feeling a little low on self-confidence, feeling a little low on willpower, feeling a little low on your self-control, let's throw in some yellow foods. Let's eat a little banana. Get some potassium in your system. It'll be good for you. Eat some pineapple. Chew it really well. Pineapple doesn't digest really well in the human body. It comes out just the same way it goes in, just like corn. Those yellow foods are good for that. You got to chew them really well. So, my mom used to sometimes, every once in a while, would make us sit at a table and chew our food, and to make us count how many times we chewed. I'm telling my age because your mama didn't make you do that. But so those yellow foods, banana, pineapple, lemons, yellow curry is a spice. Also beans, sprouted grains, brown rice, spelt, rye, and oats are also good for the solar plexus chakra. So wow, isn't that awesome to think that if we're feeling down and out and we're feeling like our energy's a little muddled, our energy's a little dampened, we can turn around with what we're eating. We can turn it around with the crystals in our life, like the crystals I have back here. We can turn it around also with foods that we eat. You know, one of the classes coming up is going to be chakras and essential oils. So we're going to talk about essential oil in that class. And we've already had the crystal class, and so much fun. I think next month might be Zodiac. That's a really fun one. We're going to talk about chakra and your Zodiac. But so that's horoscope sign. So whatever your horoscope sign is, and how your chakras relate to that, how your Zodiac sign changes your energy body, changes the energy around who you are, what you're doing. Yeah, because we are energy beings. Everything in the world is just energy. That way it just changes. So if you're not having a day, you know, change your thoughts, change your mind, change your life. That's it. Change your whole outlook. You know, this time period, this sacred time out, this special time we are going through right now has been a challenge for so many, and the media has created such fear base for people that have been living in a lot of fear around that. Those red, those strawberries, raspberries, those beets, turnips, pull them out, eat them. Get that energy going to dispel that fear and get it out of your life. So now for the self-confidence, self-control, inner peace. For our solar plexus, we're talking about yellow foods. So bananas, pineapples, corn, yellow bell peppers. See, bell peppers are one of those things like jaspers. And the jasper in the crystal world comes in every color of the rainbow. Bell peppers pretty much come in every color in the rainbow too. So pull out those yellow foods with the oats and the brown rice and the beans and the sprouted grains, because those foods will not only help balance out your solar plexus, or good fiber for you, and they will help balance out your entire system. So now we've through the lower three. We've gone through the Root Chakra, the Sacral Chakra, and the Solar Plexus. So now we're about to get to the heart of the matter. We're about to get to the heart center. That heart center, that's where divine lives. We, each and every single one of us, have that God presence, that goddess presence within us. And where does that live? It lives right there in our heart center, right there in our heart center. So I see some other people joined us. So awesome. So excited. This is my office. Welcome. I'm Reverend Kimberley, First Unity Spiritual Focus. And so now we are going to talk about our heart chakra. So our heart chakra is our energy center where we feel love, we feel joy, we feel compassion, we feel kindness. When we are balanced in our heart center, we are radiating out that divine love, joy. We have a wonderful joy in our life, living joyfully. We are living a happy and healthy life, for sure and certain. So when we get a little imbalance in our heart center, what happens? When we are imbalanced, we are feeling, a little misunderstood. Maybe we're feeling like the world isn't loving us right now. Maybe we are feeling anxious. We're feeling low self-esteem, low energy, poor digestion. Maybe we get angry. And maybe we start to feel a little paranoid. And it can cause us to start having heart issues if we have that energy blockage or energy restrictions in our heart center. We start feeling that in our body. Our body starts feeling heavy and weighed down. But if we can bring some balance into our heart center, we allow, because it is up to us to allow. We allow that divine energy to flow into us and be right there in our heart center, and then we radiate that out to the world. Somebody's saying the internet's breaking up. Well, that's probably our Wi-Fi connection, so I apologize. So it's on my end. It looks good. It looks strong. It says it's full, but so I'll speak up a little bit for having some issues. When it imbalance heart chakra can cause us to have physical heart issues in our heart. You know, Louise Hay taught us that better than anybody else. If we start feeling restrictions in our energy, if we start holding on to those negative emotions and we start restricting the energy flow in our chakra system, in our energy body, it will manifest into a disease in our body, a real honest goodness disease. If we start feeling discomfort and dis-ease in our body, we will create a disease if we don't get that restriction cleared up and allow the energy to flow. So what I mean by that is, you know, we are all energy beings, and for us to be happy and healthy, the energy, the divine energy, that life force energy that we take into our body as our breath or our prana, chi, we take that into our body. We have to allow it to flow all the way down our spine, all the way to the base of our spine, radiate out into our physical body. And if we are holding on to negative emotions or feelings or anger, we are restricting that energy flow. So we have to let it flow. We have to actually just release it and let it go and allow the energy to flow through our body, because otherwise we're going to have poor energy, we're going to have low energy, we're going to have poor digestion, we're going to have poor circulation, and that's just going to cause us to have all kinds of problems. It's just going to cause us to have high blood pressure, we're going to get heart disease, we're going to have cardiovascular issues, we're going to have breathing issues, we're going to have all these issues because our heart center physically in our body influences our heart, our lung, our upper torso, and shoulders, and our arms. And you know, when we hold on to stress and pressure, don't we hold it right sometimes? If we do that, you know, if we just take our arms and, you know, roll them back, shrug them up and roll them back, how relaxing is that? Didn't even realize you were holding that tension there till you feel that. Yeah. So you feel that relaxation. So when I start a meditation, I tell people to shrug your shoulders up to your ears and let it go. And when you let it go, you feel your body begin to relax, and you didn't even realize you were holding on to all that tension and all that stress. But let it go, because stress does not serve you well. Tension and stress does not serve you in a good way. So let it go. So you say, Reverend Kimberly, how do we allow food to help us to balance out our heart chakra? Well, green raw foods will help you balance out your heart center, your heart chakra. Greens. Do you love spinach? Do you love kale? Do you love collard greens? I do. I love any kind of greens. I love mustard greens, turnip greens, because I'm a country girl, grew up on a farm, and ate greens, creek greens. That's what my grandmother called them. Those are greens you go in the creek and faint people call them watercress sandwiches, cucumber watercress sandwiches. But cucumber watercress sandwiches, what a great food for your heart center. What a great food for your heart. Both of them are green, cucumbers and watercress. So what a great, boy, my hair can't, you know, when you, that's one thing. When you're doing this live stream, you're constantly looking at yourself and you're like, oh, wow, what am I doing there? So let me get back on track here. Green foods, organic greens, can help greatly with your energy. You know, Papa, the sailor man, he ate spinach, opened up a can of spinach and ate spinach, give himself strength, and he boom, burst those muscles. And so, you know, you tell our children, eat your greens, eat your spinach to make you be strong and healthy. You know, that's not wrong. That's not wrong. And yes, Caroline, it is recorded, and you can watch it anytime. So if you have to leave, then don't worry. You can come back and watch it. It's recorded. And if you miss the first part, you can always come back and get it on the record. So the green foods, green raw foods. One of the things I used to love to eat when I grew up on the farm, I loved when it was harvesting time, and we get those green beans and green peas out of the garden and sit on the front porch with a big wash tub full of green beans or green peas, because, different days, different vegetable. So, but stringing green beans, and I would eat as many as I put in a basket. Mom told me that about strawberries too. She said, Kimberly, you can't go help me pick strawberries because you eat more than you put in the basket. So, but what a great way to grow up, eating those strawberries and green beans and green peas. And I would shell the peas, and then I'd pop some in my mouth. And Mom got a little worried because she thought, well, those aren't cooked, Kimberly. And I said, well, that's okay. I like them that way. And she took, when we were at the pediatrician for, I don't know, probably our shots to go back to school, Mom said to him, Kimberly loves to eat raw green beans and raw peas. And he said, well, they're better for her that way than they are cooked. So just let her eat all of them she wants to raw. So those raw greens. And I still will get the organic green beans in the little bag at Publix and take them home and wash them, and I will eat those things raw all day long. Because you can't get anything better much than raw green beans and raw snow peas. So green for the heart. Green for the heart. For the heart, when we're talking about stones, we talk about that beautiful rose quartz and also green aventurine. But when we're talking about foods, not so much with the pink, but the green. So we're talking about the green foods to make some fresh green juice. And our youth director here makes this green juice that is so awesome and yummy. When we have our Pete Mind Body Spirit Expo, he has that green juice out there, and I like a gallon to take home because it's so good. So if you make juice in the morning, smoothie, but green juices and green smoothies. So if you take all the green that you could think of, take some green apple, some green cucumber, some green kale, and make yourself a smoothie out of all that green goodness. Oh my goodness, maybe even throw an avocado in there. Oh my goodness, that's going to be so good and healthy for your heart chakra. Cruciferous vegetables are also good for the heart chakra, the cabbage and the broccoli. So kale, broccoli, spinach, chard, collard greens, turnip greens, mustard greens, dandelion greens, parsley, celery, cucumbers, zucchini, matcha, green matcha tea, green tea of any kind, avocado, limes, mint, peas, kiwi, spirulina, green apples. So wow, what an abundance of foods we have to have for our heart center. And how important is that, our heart center, to be able to balance our heart center so that we are dealing with people totally from a place of love, compassion, kindness, and healing, because green is a healing color. So to be balanced in our heart chakra means that we're light. Oh, we feel so good. We feel happy. We're smiling. And what a beautiful, joyful gift our smile is to the world. I'm telling you, there's no greater gift you can give than a smile at people you encounter throughout your day. It's just an amazing gift that not only you're giving them, but you're giving yourself. Because when you smile at other people, you feel it just as much as they do. So smile at a stranger, smile at people you love. And sometimes we come home and we just get into our routine, and we forget that sometimes. So forget to smile. To smile. Sometimes when I'm talking or teaching, I forget to smile. And then I'll watch back and I go, oh gosh, Kim, you should have been smiling the whole time. And that was one of my nicknames when I was first in college. to smiley because I was always smiling. Because, wow, what better could life be? I mean, young and fit and athletic and, going to school, doing what you love. I mean, what's not to smile about? So find what it is in your life that you want to have created, what you want to manifest, your magnificent manifestation, what it is you want to manifest in your life. Send that thought out to the universe. Feel it, know it, and the universe will conspire to make it happen, to make it come true, to make all your wishes and dreams come true. You just have to speak them, claim it, and proclaim it, and get it out there in the world and bring it right back to you. And so we're going to have a healthy heart. So to bring our healthy heart, we're going to eat all those green foods and beets. I talked about beets when we talked about the root chakra, and I said beets are also good for the heart and good for the cardiovascular system. So beet juice, throw a little beet in the morning with your green smoothie, a little beet ginger with all that green goodness for your green smoothie in the morning to have a perfect healthy heart drink to have in the morning. And how great is that? And now when I'm going through these, I'm not saying only eat that, but man, you can't go wrong putting fresh fruits and vegetables into your diet. So come on and get on that green juice train. Drink some of that fresh green juice for your heart. Eat some organic greens. Eat some collard greens. Eat some spinach. Eat some mustard greens. Eat some turnip greens. If you've never had turnip greens or mustard greens, I promise you for a treat. Go get some and cook them up. You'll love them. You'll love them. Yeah. Get that hair out of the face. But so our heart, mint, peas, make yourself a mint tea. It'll settle your stomach and it'll be good for your heart. So wonderful greens all around the heart. And then throw in a rose quartz. Throw in a rose quartz around your neck. Throw in a rose quartz in your medicine bag. And get that energy going for your heart center. Love, compassion, kindness. That's how we want to show up in the world. We want to show up in the world, radiating love to other people. We want to show up in the world with kindness and compassion to everyone. That's how we want to show up in the world. So now, let's move on up the energy body. We talked about the root. We talked about sacral. We talked about the solar plexus. And now we're going to talk about heart. We did talk about the heart. So now about the throat. So I wore my Larimar today. So the throat chakra is blue. I always do a visualization meditation for the throat chakra. That's the color blue I visualize. That Caribbean sea blue that Larimar represents. Because Larimar comes from the Caribbean sea caves. That's where it's mined out of, the underwater caves in the Caribbean Sea. It's a beautiful stone. Brings a beautiful, peaceful, calming blue energy. So it's just amazing and wonderful. Also with turquoise within the arm reach. Well, I have a piece of turquoise looking for that. So it's turquoise greens and blues. Cruciferous, don't have it over there. Yes, Cruciferous is a wonderful stone when we're talking about stones. And that was another class. This one's food. So let's get into the food. So when we're talking about our throat chakra, what is our throat chakra all about? It pretty is self-explanatory. Right here is our throat chakra. All this area. And quite literally, it is all about our ability to express ourselves and to speak our truth. And it's located right here in the heart, in the throat. This chakra focuses on our energy of true expression, intuition, integrity, honesty, and openness. So when you are in integrity and you are being honest with yourself and others, and you are speaking an open place, that's when you are speaking your truth. And when you have your heart throat chakra. Man, I'm still stuck on the heart. Maybe there's something about the heart we need to go back to. So when we finish, we might go back to the heart about something. But when you are speaking your truth, all about the throat chakra, you know, in the, I'm Cherokee. I know I just look like a white girl, but that's because my daddy's all English. But my mom is half Cherokee and half Irish. So, and then my dad's all English. So I look like a white girl. But I'm Cherokee, and I grew up with my Cherokee grandmother teaching me all about some of the Cherokee traditions and Native American traditions and Native American spirituality. And so turquoise is a beautiful stone, and it's highly associated with Native Americans. And one of the reasons there is, and a lot of people don't even know the reason, they just know that if you see silver and turquoise jewelry, it's probably from out west or Native American style or design. But turquoise was a stone that when the tribes came together and the chiefs were going to meet in a powwow, and they were going to speak about something important to their tribes. So they were either going to talk about hunting season and hunting grounds and whose hunting grounds were whose. You're going to be on that side of the river, we're going to be on this side of the river, you're going to be north of that big oak tree. You know, so they were divvying up the hunting grounds, or they were talking about that maybe this year the hunting is sparse, so we're going to hunt together and share it all equally. But when they came together to speak about anything, the chiefs would wear turquoise at their throat. And when they came to a talk with turquoise at their throat, they were known to be a truth talker. So they thought and believed that you could tell no lie if you had turquoise at your throat. So that's one of the things. One of the things really about the association of the throat chakra and turquoise is that I want to speak my truth. And when I say to people, you want to speak your truth, because to not speak your truth is restricting the energy in your throat chakra, which can cause you to have all kinds of problems. Cause you to have trouble in your lungs, with your vocal cords, with your whole respiratory system, with your bronchial tubes, with your mouth, your tongue, your esophagus, your thyroid. It regulates your body temperature and increases your communication abilities. All that's tied into your throat chakra. So you need to restrict the energy in your throat chakra. But if you find yourself not speaking your truth, so you find yourself with a lump in your throat. Have you ever heard that saying? I have a lump in my throat. And quite literally what that feels like is that you swallowed a golf ball, doesn't it? Feels like you swallowed a golf ball and you have a lump in your throat. And when you're doing that, you can actually feel like, you feel like there's a golf ball sticking in your throat, like you swallowed it and it's stuck there and won't go away. That is a restricted energy in a throat chakra. That is the best example I can think of to tell you about talking about restricted energy in one of our chakras, is a lump in the throat. Because most of us have felt that at some point in our life, and we really know that it truly is a physical sensation, that we actually feel that restriction. We feel it. We feel it like it is actually there, and we need to move it around and get it moving. All we got to do is move that energy. Get that energy, take a breath in. Sometimes it takes speaking your truth. And when I counsel people or talk to people in a class with Charlotte about speaking your truth, I'm not saying you need to go get up somebody's face and speak your truth to them, because sometimes that's not physically safe to do, because they may not want to hear your truth, because they might like it just fine the way they have it. So, but I am saying that for your health, for your good health, and to get that energy moving, to get that restriction out, you need to speak your truth. So you need to go home and write it down. Like write it out in letter form, like you're writing out a letter to them, or just jot a note down like on a post-it note, and then take that and crumple it up, throw it in the trash, take it and burn it in a burning bowl. Burning bowls are wonderful, beautiful things for releasing and letting go. Absolutely. You can take that, speak your truth, write it all out, then take it and burn it in a burning bowl. Allow the smoke to take it to Father Sky. Allow the ash to take it to Mother Earth. And you just let it go. And it's not yours anymore. You spoke your truth and you released that stuck, stagnant energy around it. You let it go because you spoke your truth. Not that you got up in somebody's face and confronted them, but that you spoke your truth, even if it was just in letter form. Or maybe it's a full moon and you go out in your backyard and you howl at the moon. Have you heard that? Howl at the moon. So when you howl at the moon, maybe you go out and you actually speak your truth as loud as you can to the moon, where nobody can hear but you. Maybe your neighbor who's being a little nosy and wondering what's going on. And you're their source of energy for the night, because they said, did you see Kimberly? She was out in that yard and she was talking to the moon at the top of her voice. So sometimes that's a way to speak your truth. And keep that throat chakra balanced. Because when we have an imbalance in our throat chakra, we have a blockage in communication. We no longer are communicating well. We might have a misunderstanding with someone. We physically might get a locked jaw. Our jaw might get locked. Our teeth, our throat. We might get some issues with our sinuses because we blocked this energy all up in here and it came all up in our sinuses. We might get some swollen glands in our neck, and we might start having that neck and shoulder pain, that I talked about with the heart chakra. It also goes with the throat chakra. So we want to make sure that we are keeping our throat chakra clear and balanced. So you say, well, Reverend Kimberly, what foods go with keeping our throat chakra clear and balanced? Well, blue foods. Because now imagine again that big smorgasbord we had of foods represented in all the rainbow colors. From red, orange, yellow, green, and now blue. So what are some blue foods? So let's put our thinking caps on and just imagine what is laid out on that board is blue. Well, blueberries and blackberries. They're particularly great sources of antioxidants and vitamins. So blueberries, get a bunch of blueberries. Get your blueberry. Throw some blueberries in your cereal in the morning. If throat chakra needs some healing and soothing, liquids are great. Coconut water, again, to stay hydrated. Keep that throat moist so that you can speak your truth. Don't let it get all dried out. Don't let it get dried out. Keep your body well hydrated. Coconut water, herbal tea, green tea, honey, raw honey is great for the throat. And Reverend Mickey Sheridan here in our First Unity Spiritual Campus, her daughter is beekeeper, and she keeps us well stocked in honey. Oh, and she makes some lavender honey, and she makes some elderberry syrup. So if you want to hook up on some honey and elderberry syrup, just private message me and we'll talk, because I'll hook you up with Reverend Mickey Sheridan, and she will get you hooked up with her daughter for some raw honey and some elderberry syrup, because those are great foods for the throat chakra. Lemon is great. So lemon honey is really great. So if you're feeling like your throat needs some soothing, make yourself a tea with some lemon and honey, and the fix is in. So fruit that grows on trees is also great for throat chakra. And I know you're not going to see many blue apples around, but apples in any color are great for the throat chakra. Pears, plums are known to have healing and curative powers for the throat chakra. So we just want to keep our energy with our throat chakra wide open so that we are always speaking our truth and we can communicate. And especially if you're a singer and that's the way you express your creativity that we talked about down there in your sacral chakra. So if you keep that energy, your creative, your divine spark of inspiration, going through singing, you definitely want to take care of your throat chakra, because then you can speak your truth. And wow, did you see the mosquito or that little nose? Him wanted to play. I could see him with the naked eye, but I saw him on the screen. Right there he is. There he is. Yeah. So he will play with us. I'm buzzing in my ear shortly. So let's keep our throat chakra cleared and balanced so that we will stay healthy. And yeah, we need to do something with that because it's not doing right. So get that out of there. That's you to fix this. So now we've talked about root chakra, the sacral chakra, solar plexus, the heart chakra, the throat chakra. Oh, now we're up here into our higher chakras, our third eye. Our third eye is right there, right behind our eyes, behind our sinuses, behind our eyes, in our forehead. That whole space right there is our third eye chakra. So what is our third eye chakra or brow chakra? What does it actually do? It literally translates to perceive. So known as being at the center of wisdom, the chakra's element is light. So it influences the eyes, the pituitary gland, the brain, the pineal gland, regulates hormone production, the thyroid, the thymus, the pancreas, the adrenal, and the reproductive glands, and sharpens our awareness. So you can see, it's pretty important to keep it balanced and going well. It's also our third eye is also our dream center. It's where we connect with our ancestors and those who have gone before with through dreams, through the dream world, whether it's our night dream or our dream state in the daytime, either one. But so let me scroll down here and see these comments. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. So a balanced third eye chakra allows us to see clearly, to focus, to trust our own intuition. Our third eye chakra is all about being in touch with our intuition. It's all about our purpose, our ability to grow, and a desire to constantly learn. Are you a lifelong learner? I am. I love it. I love learning about new things. I love learning about new ways of being. I love learning. I love reading. So that's a great way for us to exercise our third eye energy. And if you are a lifelong learner, we have a university right here at First Unity Spiritual Campus. It's illy.org, ILLLI.org. There's 3 L's. It's an I on either side. ILLLI.org. So you'll find a bunch of classes there, and you can take them for lifelong learner. You can also take them for ministerial credentialing if that's what you pass and what you want to do. Check it out after this class. So, as I said, a balanced third eye chakra lets us see clearly. Lets us be focused. It's what are we focused on? Our intention. I said the world's problems can be solved if we all come together with focused intent. Because focused intent is the magic of the world. It's what makes the world happen. It's what brings into manifestation our magnificent world. So we can magnificently manifest whatever it is we want in this world as long as we have focused intention. So that's what this third eye chakra right up in here is about. And its color is purple. So amethyst, just like this beautiful amethyst right up here. Amethyst is the third eye color, purple. Some people see it as a deep purple. Some people see it as a lavender. Whatever you see is fine. It's whatever resonates with you. Whichever shade of purple resonates with you, that's the purple for you. I tell that all the time to people, especially when they were doing our crystal class. If a particular stone resonates with you, You don't have to know why it does. Just intuitively honor that it does and allow it, and go ahead and pick it up and put it in your medicine bag. Because later on, sometimes maybe a year later, figure out exactly why that stone resonated with you. Somebody will tell you a characteristic of that stone, and you'll say, oh, well, that's why that stone resonated with me so well. So trust your intuition. That's what your third eye is all about, your intuition. So an imbalanced third eye chakra might mean that we have a lack of purpose in our life, that we are having a blurry vision. We're having trouble with our coordination. We're having trouble with our concentration. We're having trouble with balance. And sleep disturbances. We can't go to sleep at night. We have insomnia. Or maybe we're having nightmares, night terrors. Those can all be caused by imbalances of the third eye. So get that third eye balanced and keep it balanced so that your intuition is strong. Trust it. Trust that small, still voice within you. The more you listen to it, the more you exercise it, the more you will trust in it, and the more you will keep that third eye balanced. So let's think of purple foods. So what are purple foods? Because a lot of people say, oh, there aren't any purple foods. I can think of all these other foods. Well, blueberries. We talked about blueberries for the throat. And like I said, as we go up the chakra system, there's overlaps above and below. So the throat chakra, blueberry, is also good for the third eye. Purple cabbage and eggplant. See, you weren't thinking of that. I got you, eggplant. Purple carrots. Have you ever seen purple carrots? Here at First Unity Spiritual Campus, we have Farmer John comes, and he has a company called Farm Fresh to You, where he brings organic produce right here to First Unity when we are having services. When we are having services in person, he's here every Sunday with organic groceries, grass-fed meats, and organic groceries, produce. And he has rainbow carrots, and they are the best thing. There's orange carrots, there's white carrots, there's purple carrots. They're wonderful. They're wonderful. So you got to try them. Go try some purple carrots, some blueberries, some purple cabbage, and some eggplant. And also cacao. Cacao is great for third eye because it's rich in oils and serotonin. So these are brain foods. So any foods that people say are brain foods, tuna is a food for your third eye. Any that people say are brain foods, walnuts, we talk walnuts down Sacral Chakra, walnuts also up for the third eye. Because any food that is traditionally a brain food is also for your third eye. And what a wonderful world we have with Google and Bing and all the different search engines that we can just put that in there. What's a good brain food? And there you are. There you have it. You don't have to go to the library and research for 2 days and figure it all out. We can just type in a question or even ask Siri on our phone. Technology is such a wonderful thing, and you have to use it. Use it to benefit you. So our third eye, trusting in our intuition, trusting in our imagination, trusting and believing that what we put out there to the world is absolutely coming right back to us. And we are the authors of our own life by manifesting a magnificent manifestation of our life. I want to thank you all for joining us. We've had people from Canada. We've had people from everywhere right in here. So, and here at Five South Cafe here at First Unity, makes a beautiful couple of dishes with eggplant. Set all the purple foods going in your life to balance out third eye chakra and to keep it balanced and keep you in balance. So a good rule of thumb, I say, is to make sure your plate looks like a rainbow. To make sure you're eating all those colored, fresh fruits, fresh fresh vegetables, fresh foods, whole foods that came out of a garden straight onto your plate. Raw's great, but cook's okay too. So steam them, cook them if you want to. But raw is when you eat the raw vegetables. That's when most nutritious for you. Wash them good and eat them raw, the fruits and vegetables, and you get all of, like in the apple, the pectin that's great for you sits right in there underneath the skin and the flesh of the apple. So if you're peeling your apple, you're peeling away a lot of the goodness. Just wash it. Just wash it good. Water, and they have those cleansers. Don't use soap, but use some of that produce cleanser if you want, or some white vinegar, and clean it good and rinse it off real good and eat it. But eat the whole of it. Eat the whole food. Eat the whole fresh food. As the fresher you can have it when you eat it, the better it is for you. So think of that whole rainbow smorgasbord, because already known through the Root Chakra, the reds, the Sacral Chakra, the oranges, the Solar Plexus, the yellows, the Heart Chakra, the greens, the Throat Chakra, the blues, and we just finished the third eye with purples. So we've gone through the whole rainbow of all those foods, and just think about putting all those foods in your body through the day and fueling your body the best you can to keep the energy flowing well in your body. So we're coming to the crown chakra. That's this area right up here and right up here, right above. It's your seventh major chakra. The crown chakra, located up there, right up there at the top of your head. Your halo, or your crown. It represents oneness, truth, spirituality, knowing, divine knowledge. It's a chakra of self-realization and the connection to the world around us and our connection to the higher consciousness, the collective consciousness. It focuses on seeking wisdom and joy and understanding. It radiates energy dedicated to peace, faith, trust, and gratitude for the lives that we have and the life that we live. We want to live our life with faith and gratitude. So what parts of the physical body is our crown chakra most influenced? So, we talked about in our root chakra, our spine, but also our crown chakra, because right back here is the top of our spinal column. So our spinal column is influenced by our crown chakra, our brainstem, our pineal gland. Our crown chakra regulates our sleep and our biological rhythms and cycles. And it connects us to the one presence and the one power. It connects us to that God, goddess energy, our crown chakra. So when our crown chakra is balanced, we are able to channel and be a clear conduit for that divine energy. Whether we're radiating out love or wisdom or knowledge, we are able to radiate out as a pure channel that divine energy. When our crown chakra is out of balance, when something's not right in our crown chakra, we might feel disconnected. We might feel insignificant. We might start feeling a little paranoid. We might feel confused. It also is connected to disorders of the central nervous system, headaches, migraines, depression. And if you find yourself all of a sudden being sensitive to light, it might be an imbalance in your crown chakra more than it is something physical in your eyes. Because an imbalance in our crown chakra will manifest sometimes in a sensitivity to light. That we go, bright light, that's too bright for me. So we pull out the shades and keep them on. or that bright lights are causing you to have headaches. that might be an imbalance in your crown chakra. You know, your connection to the divine. Maybe you're restricting the energy flow there. Maybe you're not allowing the download to come through. Maybe you're holding on to some of those negative emotions, negative experiences like fear and anger. So maybe that's a comfortable place to be in a time like this, is to shut yourself up and be a little fearful, a little anxious. And when we're doing that, we are rocking off that connection to the divine, because it's all going to work out. We're going to find a new normal. We're going to adapt, and we're going to find new ways of being and new ways of communicating. You know, just like this, not in the class, I go to the hall with a lectern and a microphone. I'm right here in my office. Welcome to my office. And I'm doing it here in my office on the computer. I live streaming to you. But so you're getting the information, and I'm getting to see your faces and see the connection, but I can see the comments, and that's wonderful. So, and yeah, Crystal said chocolate works. So chocolate does work. And yeah, chocolate does work. And that was one of the third eye. Chocolate cacao is one of the, cocoa is one of the things for the third eye. Eileen said purple potatoes because she's Irish. Absolutely. And ain't that wonderful? I made some potatoes and carrots the other day, and I went and I got that. And they have little rainbow potatoes. I was talking about John's rainbow carrots. I got the rainbow organic potatoes, and they were the little potatoes, you know, they're about that little. And there were white ones and purple ones and red ones, and it was so pretty and so wonderful, and they all taste great and they're wonderful. So yeah, purple potatoes for the third eye. So an imbalanced crown chakra, feeling insignificant, disconnected, feeling some migraines, some headaches, some light sensitivity, all sensitivity to sound as well, feeling depressed, not feeling on top of the world, feeling a little down in the doldrums. Those are all a sign that you're allowing your crown chakra to not be balanced, and we're not downloading all of that divine, wonderful divine wisdom and divine energy, and letting it come down and sit in our heart center, right there where the male and female, the masculine and feminine, all reside, just like a beautiful yin-yang symbol. They just sit right there in our heart center, and that's where our Christ consciousness is, right there in our heart center. But we have to download it. We have to allow it to come in. We have to download it. So in order to keep our crown chakra balanced, let's talk about some white foods. So here's some of our white foods. Cauliflower, potatoes, but also fasting and detoxing is a way to connect with your crown chakra, get the energy flowing. You know, Buddha went out and fasted for days and days and days. When I was an athlete, back when I was in college and when I was training for the Olympics for the United States, I fasted very frequently. I fasted for 3 days, usually every 2 weeks. I would do a 3-day fast, and then sometimes through the week, if I was starting to feel a little sluggish and my energy didn't feel like it was optimum, I would do a little fast, just a 1-day fast. But so fasting is a great way to clear out and detoxify and get your crown chakra energy flowing again. You know, and you can use essential oils. Lavender, frankincense, and juniper are great ones for the crown chakra. And we're going to have a class later on in the year on just on essential oils and chakras. But so foods, so think of those white foods they might choose to eat or help to balance out your crown chakra, but also fasting and detoxifying are wonderful for the crown chakra. So now we have gone through, we've laid out that beautiful smorgasbord of food with all those wonderful rainbow colors. We went from the reds, we had the beets, the turnips, the strawberries, the raspberries, did I say beets? Yeah. Ginger, horseradish, cayenne pepper. We had all that red. Then we had the oranges. We had the carrots, and there with the root chakra, we also had all of the root vegetables that grow in the earth. And then for the sacral, we had the carrots, and we had all of the orange bell peppers. We had all of the orange vegetables there for the sacral chakra. Then we talked about the solar plexus and the yellow foods, the bananas, the pineapples, the yellow curry, squash, the yellow squashes. We talked about all the different, what else did we have for the, I'm going to look back at my notes here, for the solar plexus. Yes, I knew it was something that wasn't yellow. It was the beans. We bring in the beans and the oats and the brown rice and all that for our solar plexus chakra. Then for the heart, we brought in all that wonderful green goodness, the raw green foods, the green beans, the green peas, the greens, the spinach, the collard greens, the mustard greens, the beans, the watercress, the cucumbers, the zucchini, the avocado. We brought in all wonderful, the lime, the mint, the kiwi, green apples, all that wonderful green. And what a great smoothie to make for the, that's my favorite smoothie to make, where I use the cucumber and I use the green apple and I use kale and I throw in some ginger, and it just makes a beautiful, wonderful green smoothie. And green juices, making up the green juices off the heart chakra. The chakra, we talked about the blue foods, the blueberries, the blackberries, the honey, the elderberry syrup, the lemon, the coconut water, and the coconut water for all of them, because it's wonderful for our body to stay hydrated. So if we keep our body hydrated with coconut water, herbal teas, green tea, that's good for all of your chakras. Apples and pears and plums for the chakra, all that wonderful goodness. The third eye, we talked about the purple eggplant, the purple cabbage, the purple potatoes, the purple grapes, the purple carrots, the cacao, the cocoa, the brain foods, the tuna, the salmon, the omega-3 fatty acids are for the sacral chakra, but also for the third eye. And then the crown, we talked about fasting and detoxing, all that wonderful good food, and letting our food be fuel for our body. So that is one of the keys, is to not overeat, to control your portions, and to allow your food to change your mindset around food, and not that I'm eating this because I like it, I'm eating this because it tastes good, although it does, good food's great, but we're eating food and to be fuel for our body. So when we think of that, so we think, do I need X number of calories, or I need X number of protein, or I need X amount of, I'm feeling a little sluggish in my sacral chakra today, so let me add a little carrots. Let me add some orange color in my diet. So if you are filling your plate with a rainbow of colors, and if you are detoxing and fasting occasionally, and if you are staying hydrated with clear, clean spring water or filtered water, coconut water, and if you are staying well hydrated and eating from a whole food source and eating from that wonderful rainbow of foods that we have available to us, and intentionally eating. Intentionally eating to feed your body rather than allowing yourself to emotionally eat. Because it's when we eat from emotion and using food to comfort us is when we overeat and when we overdo. And, you know, all things in moderation can be good for us, but nothing overindulged in is good for us. I don't care how good it is for you in moderation, that if you overdo it, it becomes not good for you. So we want to make sure that we are fueling our body with the proper foods and with a rainbow of foods. So bear that in mind. So if the next couple of days as you go through life, and you look at your plate and see how colorful your plate is. And see if it's not colorful. Because we want to have a vibrant, colorful plate to be happy and to be healthy. We want to keep our energy flowing in our body properly. We want to keep our energy body flowing. We want to keep that divine energy coming into our body as life force energy, prana, breath. We want to bring it in and then let it fill us and dissipate through us. We want our circulation system to work well. We want our blood to circulate well. We want our digestive system to operate properly. We want our endocrine system to operate properly. We want our metabolism to be good and balanced. We want all of our systems in our body to be performing at peak performance. And in order to do that, we have to fuel our body with the proper foods and nutrition. And we have to stay well hydrated. We have to hydrate with good clean water, with coconut water, with green tea, with all that wonderful goodness. And when you use sweeteners, use honey, use stevia, use some wonderful natural sweeteners that are going to be good for you, not artificial. I don't do any kind of artificial sweetener. Artificial sweeteners are poison for our bodies. So I'm not judging. So if you use artificial sweetener and love it and think it's the way to go, then that's between you and Google, or you and whoever tells you that that's good. But I don't like to use any artificial. Use natural. Natural whole foods. Make sure that you are feeding your body from the natural rainbow of nature. That you are fueling your body with those wonderful, natural, colorful foods. And that you are allowing your body to be at peak performance. You're not overfeeding it, you're not underfeeding it. And that you are staying well hydrated, that you are keeping yourself hydrated. You know, the proper amount of water to drink. And I want you to tell me if you actually drink enough water. So you should be drinking half your body weight in ounces. So let's say you weigh 150 pounds. You should be drinking 75 ounces of water a day. If you weigh 200 pounds, you should be drinking 100 ounces of water. If you weigh 120 pounds, you should be drinking 60 ounces of water. Now, how many of you can honestly say you are drinking enough water? Because that's just how much water you should be drinking every day, day in and day out, to keep your body properly hydrated. So then if you go out and you play around a golf and it's humid and you're sweating a whole bunch, well, then you need to drink a little more than that. You need to drink some extra, because you need to keep yourself hydrated. Because when we sweat out the water, we need to put more back in. But that base amount is what we need just to stay well hydrated each and every day. So do you drink that much water every single day? Or do you drink it every once in a while and then 2 days a week, you might not drink more than 2 bottles of water in a day, or 2 containers of water, a glass of water, however you measure it. And then you think, oh, right, wow, really, I didn't drink that much water. So a great way to track that is if you have a Fitbit or an iWatch, and you track your water and see, consciously track it. And some people get a large container and know that, okay, if I fill this up every time a day, how much water I should drink. So then they pace themselves up the day, fill it up, and have that one drunk by 10:30, then drink that and have that one drunk by 2 o'clock, and have another one, have that one drunk, by 6 or 7. It's almost bedtime. Because you don't want all your water drinking at bedtime. All your water drinking at bedtime, you're not going to get much, because you're going to be running to the bathroom emptying your bladder, because that's the way our human body works. So drink that water throughout the day, spread out, heavier in the morning than in the evening, and that way you're not going to keep yourself up at night. You're going to allow yourself to get a good night's sleep and be well rested, which is also part of feeding your chakras, is to feed yourself with rest and feed yourself with relaxation. Allow yourself that downtime to relax, and allow yourself that time to sleep well at night, and eat well, and not overeat, and eat well, and eat good whole foods that are good for your body. And I know it's easier said than done sometimes, because we see that piece of chocolate cake and we think, ooh. So I have a friend who's a doctor, and Dr. Ryan, and he's on here on Facebook. He's one of my good friends on Facebook, but he was a chiropractor at my New Earth Center in Tennessee, and he gotten himself a little heavy, and so he decided he was going to lose that weight, and man, he did, and he has kept it off for years. And I applaud him. Way to go, Dr. Ryan, because he is healthy and handsome and beautiful, and he is so healthy. And so I said, so what do you do about, when you do see that big piece of chocolate cake and you just want it? You just want it. He said, I allow myself 2 bites. He said, 2 bites. I allow myself 2 bites. If it's something I know I probably shouldn't have, but it's something I'm really craving or I'm really wanting, I allow myself 2 bites of it. And he said, and that satisfies me. It satisfies that want, that need to have it. And then he said, then I can put it away and come back to another day and have 2 more bites. But 2 bites, 2 bites. So if you get resistance and you have had something that you know is not particularly good, then image yourself and do it consciously. That's what I said. It's all about conscious intention. It's all about focused intention. So intentionally eat it and only limit yourself. So when you know it's not something probably about, then intentionally eat it with intention that I'm just going to have these 2 bites, and that's going to be enough to satisfy me. And tell yourself that, and it'll happen. That's the way it be, because we train ourselves, we teach ourselves, we train other people how to treat us, and we train ourselves how to treat us. With mindfulness, we train our mind how to react. And so use some mindfulness around the foods that you're eating, and use the color system, because that's what our chakra energy system, there are colors associated with each chakra, and those colors relate whether we're talking about crystals, or whether we're talking about candles, or whether we're talking about foods. Those same colors relate to that particular chakra. So if you're having some insecurity around your financial or insecurity about home or family in your chakra, eat some red foods. Balance out that chakra. Your sacral chakra, if you're having some imbalance around your sexual identity, your passion, your pleasure center. If you're having some imbalance around that, then go with the orange foods. Go with the turnips and the carrots and the potatoes and the eggs and the beans, and go with the walnuts and the apricots and the mangoes and the oranges. go with all those orange foods. Then our solar plexus, we're talking about the bananas and the pineapples and the corn and the lemons and the yellow curry as a spice, and using our brown rice and our oats. And then when we're talking about our heart, we're talking about all those wonderful green vegetables, the green peas, the green beans, greens, all kinds of greens that I love each and every one of them. And I promise, from this country girl to you, if you've never tried mustard green or turnip greens, you got to try them because you're going to love them. So then when we're talking about our throat chakra, we're talking about the blues, the blueberries and the blackberries and the blue grapes and the blue foods we're talking about. So open up that throat chakra, and tree fruits, pears and apples, and we're talking about honey and lemon, and make yourself a little drink, a little spoonful of lemon juice with honey if you're feeling like you need a little soothing in your throat, because your throat might be a little restricted because you've not been speaking your truth. So get yourself a little honey and lemon and let that help your throat chakra. Then around your third eye, let's go with the purple foods, the eggplant, the purple potatoes, the purple cabbage, all those beautiful purple foods, the purple grapes, the cacao. So get all that purple energy around your third eye. And then with our crown chakra, remember to take a day to fast occasionally. And if you're good at fasting, some people have never fasted at all. So start out small, like take a fast from, say, 10 in the evening until 10 in the morning. Do a 12-hour fast. Start it out slow when it's easy for you. And when we're sleeping, it's easy to fast because we're not going to eat anyway. You're not going to wake up in the middle of the night to go eat. So it's an easy time when you're new to fasting and detoxing to start out that way. And then build yourself up. And there you can Google that. There, ask your doctor. Dr. Dawn is on. Ask your doctor, how can I implement fasting into my routine to be healthier? Because your doctor can help you out with that, and maybe you might have some medical issues that won't allow you to fast at all. So you need to talk to your doctor before you ever try anything like that. And but it can be good for you. So around our crown chakra, that detoxing our body, detoxing, and make green juices, make smoothies, make those wonderful smoothies out of strawberries and bananas. Make some wonderful smoothies. And if you're feeling a little disconnected, not being ground, make a red smoothie. Naked juice, those smoothies, I used to carry those at my New Earth Center too. They have a red machine and a blue machine and a green machine. So they already have it all that goodness already together for you. So you get them at Publix or anywhere, and they're really good, and they're, you don't have to worry about it. If you like, just make your own at home because it's easy and it's quick. So just get yourself some smoothies, make yourself some juices. And when we're back in having services in person, come on out and visit with Farmer John at Farm Fresh to You out under the purple tent, and talk to him because he loves to talk to you about the fresh produce and the organic produce. So talk to him about what vegetables you might want to choose, and make sure you take home a rainbow. Take home a rainbow of fruits and vegetables and whole natural foods to put on your plate to feed your chakras, feed your energy body, feed your physical body with intention. Intent. Feed it with intent. Fuel it so that you'll be strong and healthy and happy. And that's what I have to say about feeding your chakra. So I hope you've enjoyed this class. We got done a little bit early because, see, when I'm in person with you one-on-one and I'm looking you in the eye and seeing you, I tell more personal stories, I think, than doing it like this where I'm looking at my notes and saying, no, I don't get that, because I rarely look at my notes when I'm doing an in-class person because I get so excited about the interaction back and forth. But I think that this is a wonderful way to have a class. What do you think about it? Let me know. Let me know what you thought about it. And if you got the email yesterday reminding you that I'm having this class, then that means that you are on our email list, that you take classes that I teach. So if you didn't get that email, send me a message at Reverend Kim at firstunity.org, and that Reverend is spelled out REVEREND at firstunity.org. Send me an email and let me know, hey, I'm not on your email list, and get on my email list, or send me a private message, either one to First Unity or to Kimberley Harrell here on Facebook. Either one will get you to me. And let me know you want to be on that email list, because then you'll get the notices. The next class that we're going to do on chakras is, let me look on the thing, is May the 12th, and it is chakras and the Zodiac. So we're going to talk about your horoscope sign and what that might have to do with your energy body. It's going to be a lot of fun. So here at First Unity Spiritual Camps, know that right now, during this time, for health and well-being of everyone, our doors are closed, but know that our hearts are wide open, and our hearts are being shared with you. And that if you wish to give to our ministry, right there in the notes section, wherever it is, there or down there or up there, there's a note on how to text to give, 727-800-3493, and that's 727-800-3493, and you can text to give. You just text in the amount with the $, so $10, and it'll prompt you. You text that to that number, and it will prompt you with what to do. To enter your information, and then it'll be stored, and then the next time you want to, you don't even have to do that. You just put in the amount and text it. It goes right away. So you can do that, and you can also check at firstunity.org/donations. And if you're donating for a class that you've taken on live stream, just put in the section that you were doing a chalk class or something. Or however you want to do it. Perfectly fine. But I thank you so much for joining, and I hope you enjoyed this class on Feed Your Chakra. But just remember, being happy and being healthy is all about allowing that free flow of energy from divine spirit, our one source, one power, allowing that energy to channel through you, allowing it to dwell and exist in your heart center, that Christ consciousness, that God energy, that goddess energy. You allow it to be there in your heart center, and then you radiate it out to the world. And then you are good to yourself. You practice those practices of self-love. And you're good to yourself, and you are feeding yourself the foods that will serve you well. You are eating from a big, beautiful rainbow of whole natural foods, and you are eating those brain foods, and you are eating that wonderful, beautiful green food, purple food, orange food, red food, yellow food, blue food, purple food. You're eating all that beautiful, beautiful rainbow of food in your body and allowing it to fuel your body. And then you are taking that moment in the day. You're taking a deep breath in and exhaling, and you are practicing calm and mindfulness and allowing your mind and your body to become peaceful. You are allowing yourself to exist in peace and calm rather than chaos and fear. And that is when you can truly be happy and be healthy. Is when you are allowing yourself to live in that place of peace and calm. Rise up above the chaos and the fear and the anger. Rise up above it and eat that beautiful rainbow of foods. And just conscious intention. Remember that conscious intention. I intend to do here. What is my intention with this food? Do I intend to eat it and have it make me be more healthy? So, thank you so much for joining me here live on Facebook for Chakras and Food, Feed Your Chakra. And I will see you right back here on May the 12th for Chakras and the Zodiac. And tomorrow I'm here at noon for meditation, and the moon goes into the sign of Aquarius in the morning at, I believe, 3:06 a.m. So my meditation tomorrow is going to be a moon in Aquarius meditation at noon. If you can't make it at noon, know that it'll be recorded. It'll be right here on the Facebook page. You experience it in the evening when you come home. Come in, take a shower or a bath, and relax, and then listen to that meditation before you go to bed. You can listen to it 24/7, whenever you want, whatever works for you. Because once it's live streamed, it gets archived, and right now we are able to maintain those archives for free for you, and we love it. And we thank you so much for joining us. And I'm going to end this live stream. And thanks so much. Thanks from First Unity Spiritual Campus. Reverend Kimberley saying, enjoy your evening.